Every year since 1990, the Gallup poll has asked Americans who is their favorite president since 1960. And every year, the American public says John F. Kennedy. Kennedy was only in office for about 1,000 days, and the legislation that he did pass wasn't nearly as important as some of his successors' legislation. So 50 years after his death, why is he still so popular? Part of the reason has to do with his assassination. Americans remember him as someone who was taken from the public and from his family too soon, and they tend to forget about his flaws that he had when he was in office. However, a lot of this has to do with the way he interacted with the public and was perceived by the public. And this has to do with the way he used the televised debate. In 1960, Kennedy ran against Richard Nixon, who had been Eisenhower's vice president. So America knew his credentials, they knew he was a good politician, whereas Kennedy was a senator from Massachusetts that not many people had heard of. The televised debate in September of 1960 changed all of this. Nixon was seen as lacking personality, whereas Kennedy came off as bright and intelligent and very personable. And many people believe that Kennedy won the election that night. This leads to today. Kennedy knew how to use new technology to help his cause, and today the new technology is social media. And this has begun to influence politics, just like the televised debate influenced politics in the 1960s. Social media is defined as an online community where people interact with one another, create online profiles, share ideas and messages. One of the first examples is classmates.com, where people created profiles to find people from all over the country that they knew from their days in school. Now today we have new technology such as the smartphones, faster computers, so now people can access social media and the internet information wherever they are at any given moment. So this is why it has begun to influence politics so much. In 1950, only 11% of people had televisions, but in 1960, 88% of people did. So this led to the huge increase so quickly. Now Facebook was even quicker than this. It only took them 9 months to reach 100 million users. So instantly, politicians had a brand new audience that they could reach out to almost immediately. And it led to the rise of many different social media websites. Now, there are two ways specifically that social media has influenced politics. The first is known as centrally organized campaigns. This is when politicians use social media to reach out to their audience and to campaign. One of the best examples of this is Barack Obama in 2008. Obama was a senator from Illinois, but not many people knew who he was. He was running against John McCain and fighting against Hillary Clinton for the nomination, two people who everyone knew of. So he had a lot of work to do. And he utilized social media. He used Twitter, Facebook, blogs to instantly reach out to millions of people all over the country. And many people believe because he knew how to use social media, this helped him instantly gain followers and get his name out there. During his campaign, he raised $600 million, which was a new record. He had 6.5 million online donations, and he got 66% of the millennial vote, which is people from the ages of 18 to 29, and these are the people that are using social media. Now, another way that politicians can use social media is to get ideas out there that they want to campaign on or bring to the front. An example of this is Wendy Davis in 2012. She had a filibuster to try to stop a bill from passing in the Texas legislation. And Obama became aware of this, and he tweeted, "Stand with Wendy," to let the public know what was going on. And because of this, many people found out about it, and he instantly reached out to millions of followers. So this is another way that politicians are using social media to get ideas out there. Now, the second way that social media is influencing politics is known as bottom-up campaign. And this is when the people use social media to reach out to the public. In the 2008 presidential election, far more young people went out, they donated, they voted, than older people because they were finding out about this through social media. So this is a big change, and this is something that politicians will definitely want to take advantage of. And the final way that bottom-up campaign is used is when people protest, and this is seen in the Arab riots. In Egypt, people found out about this from the tweets and from Facebook posts. So this is how the people really organize on such a large scale and use social media to their advantage to gain political power. So this is another way that social media is really influencing politics. So politicians need to be aware of this, that social media is the way that's moving forward, and in the future, if they want success, they need to take advantage of this.